I'm legally insane. And when I'm not running from the cops, I'm collecting Nintendo Switch games or retro games. I have a Nintendo Switch game collecting addiction. That's basically what this video is about, or this whole channel is about, really. The whole channel basically captures my addiction to collecting retro games. But when I'm not running from the cops, that's kind of what I'm doing. And I like to put my cell phone in this Faraday bag here. My cell phone is inside the Faraday bag at all times. The only time I take the cell phone out is when I need to contact your mother. And occasionally, I might get a message from somebody who wants to talk about retro games or Nintendo Switch games. That's the only time the cell phone comes out of the bag. You can find one of these on Amazon. Great way to hide if your cell phone is being monitored by the police at all times because you're wanted in 3 states. There's a warrant out for your arrest. This is something that you might want to get. Maybe there's a couple of cold case files. They don't know who killed that couple back on June 17th, 2007, and their Nintendo Wii collection went missing. And you just happen to get a Nintendo Wii collection around that time period. So it makes you look like a suspect, you know? Well, I got some big news coming out. Some big news came out. And I knew this was coming because I heard a rumor about it from a good source. A very good source who I think he leaked the information early. Because it was like a week or two ago. And that was the fact that Alisa was coming out physical edition on the Nintendo Switch from Premium Edition. The game's physical edition. Okay, this was a digital only game. And it was leaked. It was leaked early because I was getting the emails from Premium Edition. They were building to the lead up, and they didn't tell us till October 28th exactly the time that they said they would tell us. So I'm bringing up this Alisa game. I'm going to show it. I'm going to throw it on screen in just a minute here. I'm bringing this up because I think it's going to become an extremely rare and expensive and very sought after game in the future. You can get it for retail shortly. It's still a hidden gem to this day. Still millions and millions of people that would love to buy and own this game. They still don't know about it. It's going to gain a cult following. Think 5, 10, 15 years in the future. This game is going to have an extreme cult following. This is a survival horror for those that don't know, because probably most people watching this video aren't going to know. But I mentioned this during my last video about 10 Halloween Switch games that you should buy and own and play because they're friggin' some of the best Switch games ever made. Point being, though, this is a survival horror that pays an homage to the original Resident Evil. It's a 90s style, PS1 32-bit style graphics. They tried to copy Resident Evil as much as possible. It's not as good as Resident Evil. So if you go into this, well, Resident Evil 1's better, why don't I just buy that? Okay, then go buy that then. Go buy that and play that. And quit bitching. But if you want to play something as close to Resident Evil 1 as possible, now's your chance. You want to take a nostalgia trip back to the 90s? Right, I got a lot of OG gamers on this channel. I see the analytics. These are guys that grew up playing Resident Evil 1. So that's why I'm making this video, because I know that you people that are about my age, you're going to be interested. And the only reason I even know that this game existed and played the demo because I was browsing Nintendo Switch games about like 8 months ago when this game first came out, digital only. And I randomly logged in and I was browsing online Switch games, and I saw this game showed up. It was being advertised as like a new release, and it was being advertised as having a demo available. So I played the demo, but because it's digital only, I had no interest in paying for it. I played the demo, and that's as far as I got. I knew it was a good game. I have the magic touch. You put a game in front of me. I don't even need to play it to tell you if it's good, for starters. But this particular one I actually did play, and I learned things about the game that you would only know from playing it, and I had to restart the game a couple of times, because for starters, if you pick tank controls instead of modern controls in the options menu, You can't change it. So at first I picked tank controls because I wanted to recreate that Resident Evil 1 experience. And then I regretted it later and I said, you know what? I'm not enjoying this because my brain is fighting the tank controls and it wants to go back to modern. And I understand that, it takes, you can kick your brain back into tank controls. I understand that. It just takes a while and it'll feel like second nature again. But I didn't care. I wanted to go back to that. And then I want to start again all over again because you also have the choice of auto aim or not having auto aim. I'm actually going to recommend auto aim. And there's advantages and disadvantages to that. If you choose auto aim, they don't give you as much money for the kills that you get, and you need money to buy upgraded weapons and armor and stuff in the game. There's a money system. Resident Evil 1 didn't have that. A couple of different changes here, but everything else is basically Resident Evil 1. So let's get started on what it is I'm talking about. Okay, here's what I want to show you. This is Premium Edition Games website, premiumeditiongames.com. A lot of people don't know about it. I was talking with Marathon Gaming, and he was also unaware of this. I don't know if they're Canadian or American. I'm not sure. But I do know that the shipping costs a lot of money. So you can also get these same pre-orders from videogameplus.ca. You just won't get the bonus item. videogamesplus.ca, VGP. So keep that in mind as well. I ended up going with VGP, and I ordered one of each copy. I'm telling you about this because, they also have a Turbo Kid game coming up. You're going to want to be aware of that as well. There is a standard edition, and usually they do a reprint, but just so you know, this company is usually fairly small print runs. They don't normally get overly amazing games, though, and so they usually don't sell very many copies anyway. Like, garbage games are always going to sell like garbage. So, just because it doesn't have a lot of copies and it's rare, if it's a garbage game, that doesn't mean it's ever going to have value. But this is not a garbage game. So more importantly, this is the one that I'm advocating for. This is the retro edition. I've seen the retro edition of Phenotopia, if I'm saying it right. That was a premium edition exclusive release, just like this. It went through the frickin' to the moon price-wise, okay? And that one was not capped, as far as I remember, on the limited quantities that they have. So what they've got going on here, my understanding is they have an open pre-order, meaning unlimited pre-orders. If 1 million people order the game, 1 million people are going to get this edition. But once the pre-order's done, see, 1 month open pre-order. And a lot of people don't even know about this. So who knows how many copies are even going to be floating out there. I think that this deserves cult status, and therefore it deserves a hardcore collector such as me or you. This might be something that you're especially interested in. I don't normally get these premium editions, limited edition bullcrap that you see from limited run games. I don't normally get those editions because they take up too much space and they're too expensive. The juice ain't worth the squeeze on the limited editions. Yeah, some of them go up in value, but I don't care. You got to put the time and value of the space on your shelves as well. Once the pre-order's over, 500 copies are being released, then they're done. They are done forever. Okay? That's it. One-time deal. And I've been having a lot of fun with this game. You don't fight zombies, which I think is unfortunate, but it's a unique, original take on Resident Evil. You are in a mansion, just like Resident Evil. Pre-rendered backgrounds, just like Resident Evil. Instead of zombies, you're fighting these dolls. So all of the monsters and zombies are mechanical beings. This is from the 1920s. Okay, so these 1920s technology type of mechanical beings. And instead of finding weapons, you purchase the weapons with money, so you have incentive to kill the enemies. And what I've learned, and some people complain, it's too hard to kill the enemies. Okay, well, relax. Get the sword. Buy the sword ASAP. You got to get good with the sword so that you can save up your money and don't have to purchase as many bullets. Or people don't understand, well, you're going to get more money, especially if you don't have the auto aim feature on, from killing the enemies than you are the bullets that you're going to use. So I don't think there's an issue with the money or the difficulty. it might be a case of wait until you get a really good weapon. Like you still need to run from the enemies, and there's still stealth mechanics that need to be used at times. Great game. Uh, let's check it out. I'm going to show you a little bit of gameplay. Decide for yourself. I'm telling you right now, though, my channel is small enough that some of you guys could pick this up, even if you missed the pre-order. You ho and hum for a month. Well, Premium Edition Games is a very small company. You might even be able to get one of the 500 copies. They might not sell it for a while. Who knows? The bonus item, I think it's a dog tag. Maybe there's an extra item. I just assumed it was a dog tag. It says to be revealed later. Oh. Well, maybe you could get this version if you want to pay the extra shipping and get whatever the bonus item's going to be. It's probably going to be worth more. I decided not to go with it because they were charging me $27 shipping. So I said, no, I'm going to purchase this one, keep it sealed, and with the $27 extra that I saved, I'll go buy a standard copy for $57. And I'm only paying a little bit extra because I got the free shipping. All right, so this here is the demo of Alisa, and in case anyone out there is curious. Over here we have a bunch of new games that I downloaded, Oxenfree when it was on sale, Oxenfree number 2, when it was on sale, $1.99 US. This is a 2-player game. It looked kind of cool. Mob control, very simple, but hey, it said it was 2-player campaign. Stick fight, that's a pretty fun game. You can play online against other people, but with a buddy on the same console. So I had a buddy over. We set this up and we were playing with 2 other people online. Pico Park, oh, I should make a video about that one. Off the chart, 10 out of 10. It's a party game, and the more people you have, the better. Like, I wouldn't do it with less than 4. But you can do it 5 or 6. I think we had like 6 players when we were playing. Fall Guys, Family Feud. No, I didn't download that. I own these other ones. I did download Mission 1985, though. That one looked pretty cool. Vaccine Rebirth. D-Corp. Yeah, I bought a whole bunch of games that were on sale. But today we're playing Alisa. So I'm not sure how loud the audio from the game is going to be. Really good intro on the game. Okay, first thing you do when you start a new game, go to settings, otherwise you're going to end up restarting the game 3 times like I did. Go to game settings. I don't remember what this is. Definitely have tips on. I mean, it's on by default. Controls though, I am type A modern. You can switch to tank. I don't know if the default is tank or not. The default might be tank, so you're gonna have to go here and check. And on top of that, if you start a new game, so let's do brand new. How many slots do you get? You only get 3. I think early on it'll give you the auto aim option. Yes, here it is. If yes, you will receive less currency from enemies, but start the game with auto aim modification. By the way, the auto aim is not all that great either, but it does help in certain situations, such as if an enemy is off screen, it will tell you if that enemy is in sight and you can shoot them from off screen. So I'm going to recommend going with it, but just know that some people will tell you that the benefits are really not all that great and therefore this is not a good option. But I'm going with it for this particular playthrough.
All right, listen up. Tonight, a spy stole
I can't skip this.
blueprints.
You're going to get a taste of the pre-set camera angles and pre-rendered backgrounds, which is my style of game. Can you go in there? No. So before we get started, this menu will show you the item system. So we have a gun equipped. We also have a sword. This is equal to your knife. And you have armor in this game. Depending on what you're wearing, you get various benefits. In this case, we get plus 15 defense and fast reload. There's also a map that will come in handy when you hit the mansion. So I'm going to equip the sword just to show you. See? So you can aim. You have full range of motion in aiming. You can go aim all the way down, and there are enemies that are small little midgets, and you gotta smack them with your sword or shoot them down. And there are going to be flying enemies. I would imagine. I haven't encountered any yet, but I'm sure there are. And that's also how you get a headshot. But it's actually very difficult to get a headshot. I'm assuming that auto aim will help with that, though.
You found something? What is it?
Fresh footprints.
Love the voice acting as well.
Someone must.
Oh, you know what? There was something cool over here. A little clue, I think it was. An arm. Yeah, a little clue. That's a dollhouse arm. A doll arm, a wooden arm. A little foreshadowing of the future.
What's going on? What kind of monsters?
Hold the aim button to get your weapon ready. So I've equipped the sword. I'm going to have to rapidly change to the gun. Yeah, with the auto aim, if your weapon is empty, press reload. Now, I've already fought these guys before, so I know that you are going to die no matter what. I don't think anyone can actually beat these guys. Okay, whoops, did I equip that? I'm just trying to make sure I have it equipped. So I think I do. At least I hope I do. What the heck? Man, I only got like one shot off. I'm not even sure if I hit him. I'm gonna run over here. Oh yeah, I got him. See, you gotta aim down for these. I forgot the reload button. Yeah, I got it reloaded. You're supposed to die anyway. I want to kill at least one of them though. Oh, I got one. Maybe you can kill them. I don't know what would happen if you killed them. And this is the classic Resident Evil recreation scene coming up.
Where am I? What is this? I need to get out of here.
So that was the perp that we were chasing. Gave us a chance at survival. Gotta use the key, old school PS1 style. You can punch, but your punches are very weak.
Excuse me.
If you played Resident Evil 1, you know all about that. I don't think the auto aim really does much. I was turning the wrong way there, so that was rather embarrassing. I've never taken that much damage before. But it was a little bit confusing. But regardless of how embarrassing that was and me almost dying on the very first enemy, I was one hit away from death. That, if you played Resident Evil 1, you know exactly where they stole that to. Like I said, this game is nothing more than an homage to Resident Evil 1. It's for people that played that game and want to experience something similar all over again. So I'm going to reload my gun, which is the Y button. X is change weapon, I remember that now. We need to go in one of these doors, I think it's this one. We're still at basically the tutorial stage of the game. They're giving you tidbits of storyline.
Hey, you! No, don't shoot. I can help you.
Who are you? What is this place?
My name is Hope, and this is a dollhouse.
The dollhouse? No, really? What's going on here? And why am I wearing this dress?
Yes. Well, can't help you with that. But if you can bring me some tooth wheels, like this one, I might be able to exchange them for some extra firepower.
Hey, don't fool me, Puppet.
Tooth wheels or not?
Tooth wheels are your money, and this guy's your supplier.
Welcome.
This is where you would buy new stuff, assuming that you have the tooth wheels to give him. So, 12 bucks for a saber. I think this is probably the most important purchase in the game, and you want to get that ASAP. New dresses. Eventually you can get those. More importantly though, this is where you get your ammo and your med kits. So I have enough for one ammo, no money for a med kit yet. Oh yeah, you can also save your game with this guy, but that also costs a little bit of money.
Oh, that's Charlotte. She will take care of your possessions.
Just like Resident Evil 1, you can put your items into a storage container. So you can have different outfits and obviously different armor. It's going to have different advantages and disadvantages. Same with your weapons. Oh, I'm naked. Almost naked. I didn't know you could do that. Well, that's kind of funny. Oh, ammo on the ground. That's for a gun that I don't have yet though. Oh yeah, she's looking good now. Dang, much better than that other dress. And there's no armor advantage to the other dress either, as far as I understand. Watch, let's pull it up again. Oh no, sorry, there is a stat increase. Blue dress. Lower detection rate, I guess that's for stealth, and plus 15% defense. Okay, so you don't want to be naked. So add that to your list of tips and tricks to get you started on your first playthrough so you don't make the same mistakes I made. And I don't really know if the auto aim does anything. To be honest with you, you might want to turn that off. I know that it tells you if you're hitting the enemy. I know that much at least. So guys, check this game out and let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed this video. Consider subscribing to the channel. I'm trying to get to over 9,000 subscribers. I'm going to do an over 9,000 subscriber special if we can actually get there. So, and by the way, for those OG subscribers, I did fix my microphone issues. Hopefully I've had microphone issues for like a year straight, but of course I got to keep making the content and I didn't know how to fix it. I had a buddy of mine come over and fix it. We did a collab. He's going to be upcoming in a future video. So check that out. Shout out to my Patreon supporter, Trevor. This guy, best guy in the world. Nicest guy in the world too. He's been a big supporter of the channel. And if you want to join the Patreon, go ahead and do it. No pressure. But just know that I make these videos for you guys, the viewers. I like entertaining people. People that want to know about retro games, want to know about Nintendo Switch games, have a passion for retro gaming, Nintendo Switch gaming. Like myself, build a community. You know, this has been a hobby of mine since I was 5 years old. Right? This has been my favorite hobby since I was 5 years old. And it never stopped being a part of my life and one of my favorite hobbies. and that's gaming in general and game collecting. I was collecting games before I even knew I was collecting games. You know, when I was 14, I was going for the retro stuff. Everyone's all getting the new consoles, man. I remember getting a Sega Genesis when that was considered old. I bought it off my friend. He was gonna throw it in the garbage. I don't know, I think I gave him like $10. He gave me all his games, everything. Maybe $20. But he was literally gonna throw it in the garbage. That was the first time I got a Sega Genesis. I said, screw this modern stuff, man. I want the old stuff. Because I didn't get the chance to get the old stuff back when it was new. And I'm still trying to get the old stuff that I didn't get to have back then. I'm still trying to get that stuff. Anyways, guys, smash that like button, and I'll see you in the next video.
Rolling through the city with a pocket full of cash. Xbox 360, prices climbing fast. Got my eye on F-113, gonna cop it real quick. But I gotta hustle hard, the prices are real. Yo, mom's the plug, she got the hookup, no lie. At the 7-Eleven dumpster, I buy and buy. Splatterhouse, Blue Dragon, got them in my stash. Buying red games from your mom, what I want, she has.